Hello, I'm here with a how to set up for the game Sovereign Skies. This is a solo friendly game, so I will be setting up with the solo variant in mind. This is a game by Deepwater Games and it's designed by Aaron Andrew Wilson. So we'll get started here. This is a pre-owned game that I ended up buying, and I'm very happy I was able to get this. This is the rule book. And we will be setting up for the solo variant called the AI. And so there will be some similar setup basically to the two-player game, just some additional setup for the AI. So we'll go through some of the setup based on the rulebook, and then we'll also go through the setup for the solo variant just to make sure we have that in place. So this is going to be my first time doing it. And so I thought, why not record and see how that goes. So we'll take out a bunch of the components here, and then we'll get everything organized. So it comes with somewhat of a modular looking board due to these tiles. These placemats. And then we'll get organized. Alright. So, first things first, we've got a bunch of stuff out. But it does say create the game board by shuffling the planet tiles and placing them face up in the center of the table, connecting them to form a circle. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 planet tiles. We have Hireja, Wern, Yute, Ilona, Devas, and Solomir. So go ahead and shuffle them up, and then we will place them down. So how do we place them? Now that would be helpful. So they actually all point to the center. So let's go ahead and all right, there we go. It's like a little puzzle. It took me a second, but almost there. All right, so we've got this board. Let's kind of shift it here a little bit. So we have the board here, and then it says separate the politic cards by planetary icon into 6 stacks, each with a number of cards equal to the player count. Place each politic card stack adjacent to the respective planet tiles. Okay, so we're going to do step 2 of that. Looks like this is still sealed, and right, this has the Cosmic Calamity and Tides of Triumphs expansion. So we will set this aside for now. And then let's go through the cards. Okay. So there's going to be a bunch of planet cards. Alright, and it looks like it's this. So we have, looks like we would be setting up for a 2-player game, so that means we'll have 2 cards for each. So we'll place this next to the symbols that it belongs to, just like that. And then we'll look for this one. And this one. Then we've got this color. And then the final one will be here. a little bit off camera, but that should be okay. So that's how you set it up. We are setting up for a 2-player game, and it will return any remaining to the box. Okay. That's in the box. All right, so step 3, create separate piles for the standard influence and energy near the board. So that's actually what these are over here. So these are the numbers, and I believe these are the influence, number of influence. And then we have here the energy. So I'll just keep these on the side right here. And then it says separate the activation influence chits by color level. Orange, purple, and green. Stack each color set in descending order. Highest value on top, lowest on the bottom. Alright, so it looks like that's what these are. And then we'll want to use this to track that. Alright, so we have 7, 8, 9. Okay. 3, 4, 5. So the 5 is the highest, so that's why it's on top. And then we have that's a 6, 5, 6, and then 7. We do have one more here. Where's the rest? Do we need these other ones? Let's see, where did they go? Yeah. Alright, so we'll need a spot for this as well. So we'll place that there, and then the pledge influence, that's what these are called. So the pledge influence chits on the pledge map. Place them. Order does not matter. Place energy chits on the bonus energy spaces under each pledge influence chit. Okay. So it says the order doesn't matter, which is interesting. Okay. All right. So we just finished that, and then we will grab some energy and place them on the bonus energy spaces underneath. Okay. So that's these. So we'll take one of each, place them below. All right. And then each player takes 3 energy. So I'll take 3 energy. And then take bases, dropships, and mothership in your player color. Okay, so let's see. I'll pick a board. Choose this one, I guess. And then let's clear this area. These are some tokens that I'm not sure what they are for yet. But I'll set up my player board right here. And then we'll put my 3 energy that I have just on the side right here. And then, what do I collect? Okay, I collect some of these things here. Alright, so I'll collect we have these 6 things go face down over here. They're pretty tall markers. Alright, so they're face down. Face down meaning the icon that's on it is face down. And then the mothership. So I'll place the mothership just to the right of it is showing. So I'll place the mothership there. And then we have a bunch of the little ships. So let's just grab them. And then just I'll place them there. Not really gonna get too fancy with making it look neat. It really is just gonna be a supply at this point. Should have, I think, 16 of them. So it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Alright, so we got the 16 smaller ships there. Place your bases, activation icon down onto your player board where indicated. Got that. Shuffle the senator cards. Okay, let me just place these green ones back in. Okay, so now it says shuffle the senator cards and deal 1 face up to each player in player order. Each player places exactly 1 dropship on each of the 2 planets that matches the politics symbols on their senator card. Senator card. Okay, let's see if I can see which ones those are. Okay, so it's not part of this pile I have. Alright, it looks like it might be these. So let's see. So 9. Yes, it does look like this picture. So we've got the senator cards here. I'll shuffle, and then I will give myself 1. And then I'm assuming I'll give the AI 1, so it will just be whatever is on top of this deck. Keep that in mind. And so now it says place exactly 1 dropship on each of the 2 planets that matches the politics symbols. Alright, so I'll go ahead and place 2 of my ships. 1 on the courageous planet. Place it right there. And then 1 on the Ute planet, which is protective. Okay, there we go. So they're right next to each other. And then it says, well, let's just make sure that we have the AI part set up to this point. Alright, it says build the AI deck, take 2 of each politic card and shuffle them together into a deck. Place this deck face down near the board. Okay, so we will need these on the side. Those 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Alright, so let's shuffle these up, and this is the AI deck. Alright. So I think, where will I put the AI? I guess once I move these pieces out of the way, that should make more room. Right, we don't need these player boards right now. These pieces may come into play for the AI. Oh, so it looks like we have some more fancy energies, some clinkies. And then we also have more there. So you know what? I will place this board to the right over here to maximize my space. And then we'll have the AI set up right in this area. So we have the AI deck right here. And then it says, place the AI's mothership onto Solomir aimed clockwise. Okay, so the AI ship. I would like to make the AI ship red. I always try to choose the AI as like the evil color, which is typically red. So it's going to face which way? It says Solomir, and it's going to face to the right. So we'll put it right there. That's where it starts. And then place the AI's mothership. Got it. It will always move clockwise. So it will always move in this direction, okay? And then it says flip cards in the AI deck. Okay. Yep. Okay, so let's flip. Let's put these here. That's our supply. We'll flip the first one. And then we'll place a dropship on each of the 3 planets matching the icons on the card. Okay, so strategic is 1. Next, cunning. There. Last one. It's cunning. So, I don't know, do I put 2? It has to be 3 different. Okay, you actually have to keep drawing to make sure they're all 3 different planets. So, Allegiant. It's right here. Okay. And then it does say at this time to return the cards to the AI deck and reshuffle. So go ahead and do that. And it says keep the AI play organized as shown in this example. So this example is right here. The AI hand, it will have 4, I guess. It will have a discard pile, an AI deck, and an active card. So we'll go ahead and make sure that that's the case. Do we have enough room for that? We should. I'll put the deck here. This will be the active, and then I'll probably overlap the 4 cards there, if anything. Cool. So, let's continue with our setup, but we should be about done. It says separate the 15 senator cards into 3 stacks. Okay, so let's get these senator cards back into 3 stacks. Oh, according to the number of dots. Okay, so the dots matter. So let's separate them 1 and then 3. All right, 1, 2, and 3 based on these dots on the quarters. And then we'll shuffle each stack. All right, so that's number 1, number 2, then number 3. Then stack each set in descending order, highest value on top. So highest value on top, lowest on the bottom, onto their corresponding spaces on the senator influence mat. Okay, we're gonna need room for that. That's what that was. This thing. Okay, so definitely won't be able to have all of this on camera, but essentially, assuming you're managing the AI off camera, what you'd end up doing let me just put these away. Yeah, what you'd end up doing is having these cards here. You're going to separate them after you shuffle, and then you'll have the 3rd here, the 2 here, and then the 3. I mean the number 1. believe that's what it says. And then you'll place... Okay, now it makes sense. I had that upside down. You have those little tokens. Just like this. The highest being on top again. Okay. And then the last step here says in reverse player order, each player chooses a planet tile to place their mothership on. So I'll place my mothership on, once I play this game, I may have a better strategy to choose based off of maybe the locations of all the other things, but I'll just choose to place it here. So it says, only for setup, players' motherships cannot occupy the same location. So it would not be able to occupy the same location as the AI. So the AI chose first in this instance. And then players may choose which direction, clockwise or counterclockwise. So I didn't have to choose clockwise. I could have chose counterclockwise. So while the AI must move in clockwise, the humans can play in either direction. All right, so that's pretty much the setup here. So we have the player board, we have the drop ships that we assigned, we also have the AI who's in red, and then we have these politic cards laid out along the edges of the board. And then we have some of the other boards here. I'm guessing it's just for whoever gets the most, gets to these first, obviously gets the most points if you get to these first. And then you have your playmat and your supply of drop ships and your energy. So this definitely looks like a very fun solo game, and I'm very excited to get into it. So hopefully we'll have a future upcoming video with that playthrough. But anyway, this is the setup, and hopefully you were able to follow along enough to get started. And we'll see you guys at my playthrough.